Just keep your eyes closed. As you close your eyes, instantaneously you can see for yourself whether being yourself is effortless. Or sometimes you can choose to use a verse, a mantra, a word, to remind yourself of your own nature. When you meaninglessly repeat a mantra, a word, or a chanting, you become dependent on that. Sometimes it becomes so obsessive that if you don't chant for the morning or the day, you feel uncomfortable. Whereas, when you consciously repeat or refer to a verse to remind yourself about who you are, you clearly see the verses, words, ideas. They are just reminders, and they do not produce the truth that is yourself. So all these verses in the scriptures, all that the teachers speak are reminders, not producers of reality. So you are free to pick up anyone. Yet there is no dependence on anyone. Or you can choose to hold on to one, in relation to which it is effortless for you to be yourself. It is just like somebody giving you a photograph or a ring or some gift to remind you the other person's presence. But at no time you take that gift to be the person himself. They're all reminders. If you need sometimes, you can choose to pick up. And one such verse is, we saw yesterday, Apuryamanam achalapradishtam samudram yadvat apaha pravishanti tadvat yam purusham kamaha pravishanti sashantim apnoti na kama kami. The ocean is vast, full and complete, never crosses its border. In the advent of the rainy season, millions of tons of water pouring into the ocean. The ocean never overflows. When the summer comes, the rivers dry, no water flowing into the ocean. Ocean doesn't dry up, always remains full and complete. Roaring away in its own glory. Same way yourself, Aham, Atma, I, consciousness, Nitya Sarvagata Sthanu, all pervasive, eternal. Achala, immobile, Sthanu, steady. The vast ocean of existence, awareness, into which 5 rivers of sansargans pouring in, millions of impressions, sensations, consciousness, yourself, doesn't overflow. Or when you choose not to see, hear, taste, touch, or smell, no thoughts flowing into awareness, doesn't create any emptiness, always the fullness. When you think, a thought fills you up, a memory makes you happy. In the absence of it, you feel empty. If somebody fills your life, in the absence of that person or thing, you shall suffer the emptiness. For your fullness, fulfillment, happiness, freedom, bliss, you don't depend on anything. A thought or an idea, a practice, or any such thing. Shanti mapnoti. Always at home with himself. See that for yourself. Whole throughout the day, morning till morning. Not only one day, but also from the dawn of your life to the dusk of it, from youth to old age, all the time, you are aware of yourself. Your being who you are doesn't depend upon the thoughts that you have or don't have. There is no craving for a thought or a sensation, nor there is any fear of loss. The presence doesn't fill you up. The absence creates no emptiness. Just see that, please. Always the fullness. You can't carve out emptiness in the fullness. In the vast ocean, you can't create a little space where there is no water. In the body of fullness, happiness yourself, you can't create emptiness. So thoughts will come in like rivers flowing in, or they may not come in. You learn to use both. The presence and absence of it. Always in meditation. In the presence and absence of thought. Being active or choose not to act. Fulfillment, nobody takes away. Just be the ocean in all directions, awareness. Nandidivvaistvai Vedeshangapadakramopanisadai Gayanti Yamsamagaha Vyanavastitadgatena manasa Ashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidasura Surahanaha Devaya Tasmai Namah. See that, friends, so each one of these verses that you take, you choose whichever verse you like, whatever conveys you the direct meaning. So each verse is a reminder. They don't create the truth. Remember that. Like each word, your speech, your action, everything can remind yourself of you. So when you are aware of yourself, in every perception, you can see a message. Sound and silence, form and the formless. Everywhere you see the same message. You are the truth, absolute. So a thought just reminds you. So when you are sitting down, ask yourself, are you effortlessly being with yourself? Or sometimes do you need a thought to remind you? You can hold on to one thought if you feel like. Pick up varieties of ideas or thoughts if you feel like. Suppose you are familiar with one name, that is why mantra. Mananat trayate, by contemplating on which you are liberated. I told you again and again, not repeating which. It is a reminder. You don't chant mantra to please God. He is not unhappy to be pleased by your chanting. He is fulfilled, she is fulfilled. When we say, "Oh God, you are all pervasive," not that He has forgotten. But I remind myself, if He is everywhere, she is everywhere, it is everywhere, I cannot stand apart. The moment I say, He is everywhere, sarvagata, sarvavyapi, I can't stand apart. So in that chanting, I remember my oneness. You are not, when you chant, when you pray, you don't remind God. You remind yourself. That's why study with this spirit, or else you'll be a pandit. Thinking of lot of verses, but a whole empty life. There will be a total dichotomy, division. When you are talking scripture, you are somebody maybe very impressive if you are smart. But when you are living your life, you are so dumb. We see that conflicting personality all the time, split, total split. They say arrogance, stubbornness, haughtiness, all these things come up. No. As you see, you remember, you require a reminder, pick it up. Which one? Only one throughout, why not? So that is my mantra. Good. But there is no dependence on anything. Because for me being me, no words will create it. The reminder. It's like a friend gives you a photograph, just an example, gives you a photograph, or a ring, or a gift, something, a friend gives you that. When the friend is there, will you play around with the gift? And the person himself is there, what are you playing around with the gift for? When the God is there, truth, yourself, God, everything, always existing, what are you playing around with? But sometimes, if it is needed, pick it up. So these are the verses, very, very powerful. Clear message. You know, ocean. Ambudhivat akshubdha. That's another language that comes. Ambudhivat akshubdha. Like a ocean, you remain absolutely undisturbed. You know, the vastness of it. It doesn't care. Water is coming or not coming. You don't even register. Because so full. So happy with yourself. Whether something is coming, not coming, perception is there, not there, it doesn't matter. To keep yourself alive, you have to do something. Thus, therefore, happily do what? Whatever adds to life. Make your body comfortable, others comfortable. Therefore, so productive. Think that, okay? You pick up the verse that you like. Read. Apuryamanam achala pradishtham samudramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve shashantimapnoti na kamakami vihaya kamanya sarvan puman sarati nispruvahe Nirmamo nirahankara Shashanti gacchati. Beautiful. So, hey Arjuna, who gains this peace? Shantim adhigacchati. Sapurusha shantim adhigacchati. That person becomes peaceful, happy, contented with himself. Who is one who perceives with this principle. Not absence of perception. Again and again I remind, because negativity, renunciation, denial, austerity is so much highlighted in the name of religion, as even mindless indulgence is highlighted in the name of secular lifestyle. Both are a mistake. You must know how. Neither too much to eat, nor total starvation. If total starvation, you shall die. Too much to eat, die. Decide. Understand? How much? What to eat? You decide. Same thing also. Just like the food. How is the medicine? Very nicely Shankara says at one point, Viksho Shadam Bhujyadam. May you eat the medicine of food. Why? Because hunger is a disease. Food is the medicine. Hunger comes 4 times a day. You must take the medicine. When you take the medicine, do you take appropriate dosage or 20 anasin tablet? 30 penicillin injection at a time? You would be dead. When you say, are you getting that? Aushadha, when you say medicine, appropriate dosage. Whatever is needed. If it is 1 tablet, 1 tablet. Half tablet, half tablet. Food is medicine for the disease called hunger. As much needed. Overeating destroys. Starvation destroys. Same thing also. Perception, a requirement of life. You cannot escape perception, can you? To be alive means to perceive. The moment you sit down, the sounds will reach you. You keep your eyes open, you can't stop seeing. Smells you cannot avoid because you have to breathe, no? Food you cannot avoid because hunger comes. It's not that you have created your hunger, it comes with it. Touches, you can't escape. The breeze will blow, it will be cool, hot. You can't escape. Sit down somewhere on a stone, it is hard. Sit down on sand, it is soft. You can't escape the sensations. Then how to experience, not to experience. So he says, one who experiences like this, happy with himself, abiding in himself, like vast ocean, allowing sense-organ rivers to carry millions of impressions of water into the ocean of consciousness. But in the presence of these impressions, the ocean of awareness does not overflow. When there is no impressions, there is no emptiness. Shanti mapnoti. You will be a happy man. You are the happiness. Are you getting that? The other side is na kama kami. Who is kama kami? Understand. Very nice. Kamyante iti kamaha vishayaha. Kamyante iti kama vishayaha. Kamaitum shilam yasya kami. Kama kami. Kamyante iti kama. That which is desired. Sense object. The seen, perceived desire. That is the vastu, sense object. Kamaitum shilam yasya iti kami. One whose habit is to desire those sense objects. Whatever he sees, I want it, like a baby. The child, how do you react to a child? Whatever the child sees, wants it. How do you like it? What is it? What type of baby you are? Whatever you see, you want it. There are some babies, grown-up babies like that. Whatever they see, I want that. Then that also I want. Then, hey, what is this? Okay, if you have got, don't ask, don't do that. Let him have it. The consequences will be misery. Because everything you want, you cannot get. Things are few, desires are many. That is why law of diminishing marginal utility, your economics, law of demand and supply. More people demand, supply is less, prices go up. Why there is fight for the sense object? Because everybody wants that. So that's what business people know it very well. Signature model. Signature model, what is the special car? Same car, but with somebody. Some whom you value, that person has to sign up. Or something extra. So the fellow feels, I have the exclusive model. A custom built. This car. Where does it take you? These other cars don't take you. And I have a watch which is $5 million. Oh, does it show more time? It's very costly, no? It's more costly, so more time it shows. It's just silly. At the same time, don't say silly. Why? Making a watch is an art. If somebody can make beautiful things, why not? Beautiful crystals, beautiful painting, beautiful art, nice carvings out of the stone, wood, why not? But don't say your happiness depends on it. And you can't have everything, because that's what life is all about. So kamakami, ashantam, ashant, always unhappy. But suppose, hey, so therefore, what message do we get? Do we get the message not to desire or be happy and then desire? Are you getting that point? Are you really getting that point? Why am I telling? Because these ideas are not very familiar. Because everybody is black and white. Either you love me or hate me. Either you desire or you don't desire. How can you desire out of fulfillment? But that is the secret. You are happy with yourself. Why do you want the chocolate? It's better than not eating, other things, But it's not there. Thank you. It's there. All right, get one. So there the desire doesn't bind you. Are you getting that point, please? Simple example you can take. You have gone with your friend to a movie. Simple example you take. You have gone with your friend to a movie. You have already watched it. But your friend has not watched it. So your friend insists, you must come with me to the movie. For friend's sake you are going. But when two people are reaching the movie theater, will somebody know that you are coming for your friend's sake? They will think as much they are crazy, that much you are crazy. So nobody will know you are going for your friend's sake. So both of you go in, and as usual, Indian cinema theater, electricity supply, right in the middle of the movie, pum, electricity goes, excitement. Now when the electricity goes, who feels disappointed? You or your friend? Your friend feels disappointed. Why? Oh, this stupid, what is it? It's all right, tomorrow you can come back and see it. Why? You have already seen it. You are so cool. Simple thing. Just because you have seen it. It makes no difference to you. That is why children get disappointed. Parents don't get disappointed. Because parents have seen it. They have taken for children's sake. But they'll pray, they'll sympathize with the child. But inside, they are not uncomfortable because they did not see a sunrise. They have seen 100 sunrises. Same thing in life. When you are happy with yourself, you have seen the end of everything. If things come, excellent. Do not come, fantastic. Why? That is what it is. So you are not a desirer of desires. Desirer of the sense object. You are fulfilled, you are happy to desire. Happy to wish for it. Wish. Because if you don't wish for it, who is going to give it? How are you going to achieve things in life? Are you getting that point? Thoughts must be there. Without your thoughts, you can't function in life. That is why when you give so much emphasis, thoughtlessness, no desire, no move, no thought, no ambition, no nothing, what do you produce? Absolutely ineffective people. You will see that when 4th chapter, 3rd chapter, Bhagavan Krishna will say, hey Arjuna, why I act on in life? Because if I don't, people will look up to me. And they shall equate inactivity with wisdom. Nobody shall see your wisdom, they shall see your inactivity. And what is imitable? Your inactivity is imitable. Wisdom, inimitable. That is why you shall see bunch of lazy people in the name of religion or religious following. Most people are like that. Only pleasure is food. Eat food, bas. No, function, work in life. Work, act. But how? Out of fulfillment. Perceive out of fulfillment. Na kamakami. Not the one who goes on desiring for everything that he perceives. You are fulfilled. If it is needed, you want it. Not needed, doesn't matter. There is no such thing which will make you happy or unhappy in life. You are the happiness itself, fulfillment. Okay? Having told this, such a person, sarvan, so such, vihaya kaman yah sarvan, puman sarati nispruha. Yah puman, so these are the type of verses, when you take it literally, you destroy yourself. Sarvan kaman vihaya, listen carefully. Nispruha sannas charati, one who, if you take it literally, one who completely, sarvan kaman vihaya, completely giving up, tyajya, completely giving up all the desires. Nispruha sanna, no more spruha, no more any interest in life, no more any desire or craving in life. Nirmama, nirahankara, no I thought, no my thought. Shanti Masjidati, happy with himself. Listen carefully. For your happiness, this is the goal. For your sustenance, this is not the picture. Are you getting that? This is the picture of a happy person. For your being contented, happy with yourself, at that time, you are like this. But then please remember, happiness is never conditional. For your happiness, no conditions apply. Only if you thought you shall be happy. No, listen. For your unhappiness, conditions apply. Oh, this is so, for your unhappiness, conditions apply. If you becomes a kamakami, if your happiness depends upon something, you shall be unhappy in life. Conditions apply. But for your happiness, what shall I do? I am happy with myself. Thereafter, desire's presence is wonderful, absence also wonderful. That's sort of freedom. So, sarvan kaman vihaya, so now you become such a beautiful person, you are no more stung by desires. Look at yourself. Is there any thought which disturbs you? Any object which pulls you? In fact, let us not talk about the objective world. With objects don't push or pull. It is your thoughts. In the early beginning classes, you have seen that. Objects, inanimate, animate, living, non-living. Non-living objects do not attract you. They do not send you a message. They just don't attract or distract. They are there. Only an animate object, like another person, can come and promise you, I'll give you happiness, I'll give you security. But even for that, to fall for it, it must be your responsibility. That is why it all begins and ends at the level of the thought. It is completely your thought. That is why if you do not teach people thinking, but simply give an idea, don't desire this, don't want this, it doesn't work. Because the mechanism is not understood. Are you getting that point, please? The mechanism is not understood. You're always going on blaming people or blaming sense-object world, or blaming somebody, some devil or some god, unknown something. It doesn't solve the problem. Please observe yourself. Ultimately, the whisper begins within. Ultimate nod comes from you. Yes, I want it. Then you'll go for it. But the whole process is so fast because habitual that you are not aware of it. That is why, can you slow down, completely slow down. Complete slow down. Because when you complete slow down, slightest movement you can catch, slightest whisper you can catch. It's like everybody quiet. Where from that sound is coming? Everybody shouting and there is a sound also is coming. What do you say? There's some noise coming. Hey, you talk, stop. 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 That corner, I think somebody has left the water on the bathroom, deep. That is the noise. With everybody shouting, you don't know where from the noise comes. You want to see where from your noise comes? Quieten down. That is why slow down. You understand the idea? Or else you cannot catch the first whisper. You cannot catch the first whisper. If your mind is going on like that, restless, how are you going to catch the whisper? For you to catch it, you should absolutely still. The slightest movement you catch it. Can you be that conscious? Then only no thoughts will touch you. And once that thought begins, then you know only it becomes action. Why you do not do gardening? Think of an example. Why you don't do gardening? Well, nobody has told you. Why don't you do any painting? Because you are not, nobody has told you, nobody has supplied you the material. If the painting thought doesn't come to your head. Why don't you do, carving? Does it come to your head? Never. Driving? Never. But suppose somebody say, hey, you want to learn driving? First thought somebody gives you. You want to learn driving? Then suddenly say, it catches you up. But what is the chance? I have a car, I can teach you. Oh, now you are finished. Which first thought is given, now you want, okay. For any action to need, and a suggestion must be given. The suggestion can come from outside or suggestion can come from inside. But whether the suggestion comes from inside, listen, even if the suggestion comes from outside, ultimate confirmation comes from inside. Suggestion can come from outside. Will you like to go for a trip? Will you like to go for a walk? Will you like to go for a visit? Will you like to go for food? Will you go for a movie? Suggestions are coming from outside. But nodding? Your confirmation comes from inside. Do you catch it? But what the children will blame? What can I do? You only told me, so you didn't want, huh? I see. That is the difference between a child and a grown-up. A child can say it was misled. That is why abusing. You can abuse a child. Because you put the thought in his head, thinking, understand? You put the thought in his child's head as though it is his suggestion or her suggestion. Then you can successfully misuse a person. Understand? With a child. That time child can say, yes, it was taken for a ride. That is why below 14, below 17, below 18. When there is some type of a protection line. Not that 18-year-old is immature and 19-year-old will suddenly become mature. It's not like that. But somewhere you have to have a functional line. So you put that line. You growing up is, you know about yourself. Ultimately, you say yes or no. So suggestion can come from outside. Suggestion can come inside. And you are conscious of every whisper. So, if you announce this, answer this, and take these words literally, one who gives up every desire and moves forward in the world is happy. How many people will listen to you? How many people listen to you? The person who is, are you getting that? One who is busy running an empire, running a household, forget your own life. You have to have a little life of your own. You have to work. That is why people say, oh, these are all lazy bones. Simply sitting and talking Upanishad, Upanishad, Upanishad. What is this? Eating food, wasting time. Why? Because inactive. Think. Become like a parasite. Doesn't contribute anything to the world, but takes everything from the world. Natural reaction comes from people. That is not the scripture. How beautifully it says. The way to perceive, not to perceive, the way to act. First principle, if you are looking for happiness somewhere, wrong. Find it in yourself. And once you find it yourself, thereafter, you act, but no more looking for satisfaction, contentment. Therefore, sarvan kaman vihaya, pumans charati, the person moves about, nispruhasan, no more there is any craving for happiness, desire for satisfaction, no more there. Nirmama nirahankara, no mama, my or I. Ahankara sunya, nirmama, mamata, also nirgata. Myness is gone. I and my. These two things don't exist for an individual. See that language. Up to the body, your I. Away from the body, my. Ordinarily, I am giving a very simple example. We will go further, deeper into that. Until the body, you say I. I am hurt. I am patted. Body is hot. I am hot. But suppose the fire is burning there. Do you say, I am burning? Do you say that? Mountain is on fire. Do you say, I am on fire? No. Body. With the body, the I ends. With the body, the I ends. Listen carefully the language. With the body, the I ends. And from the body, my begins. This is I, then my book, my watch. Anything on the body is my. My watch, my clothes, my flower, my desk, my house, my ashram, my country, my world. Oh, you, my, it goes on, eh? My. This is I. But in reality, this is where the ordinary begins. Why? I is ending the body. With the body, I ends, and apart from the body, my begins. But then you start thinking. Sometimes you say, my body. If my body, then who is I? Sense organs, let us say. My eyes, my ear. If my sense organ, who is the I? Thought. But when I say my thought, who is the I? I thought. My I thought. Can you say I now? Do you understand? Huh? After you say my I thought, now who is telling my I thought? You can't say I anymore. Why? That has become mine. If the thought comes, it becomes my. Are you getting that? So in me, no I, no my. In consciousness, ultimately, there is no I, no my. So nirmama nirahankara means what? You discover in yourself an existence where there is no I, no my. Not that it doesn't say I, it does not say my. Hey. See it, then happily go on using I and my. But no more you take that thought to be yourself. You become the most active person in life. But the language is what? Puman, Charat, Nispura, there is nothing. So you give them sannyasina. The traditional orthodox example will be what? Like sannyasi, that not doing nothing, simply moving around. So whoever understands this should be hanging around like that. Huh? No. If you choose to be doing nothing and moving, that's a different thing. But there can be a Raja, there will be a king like Janaka and Rama. There can be Vasishtha, there can be Shuka, there can be anybody. This is basic principle, know yourself. Puman Sarat Nispruha. So when you see that, thereafter, in every one of your activities, there is no more any craving or seeking or looking for happiness. That type of activity comes in life. Such a person, sashanti madhigacchati, always at peaceful and peacefully working through life. Yes. At rest with yourself, peacefully working through. What shall I do? You choose to act, somebody chooses not to act. Who is better? Both are fine. I don't act, I don't depend on your things also. I have dropped out of your race of life. But who is a parasite? Doesn't act but wants the result of other people's action. Then only become parasite. But I choose not to act. I am in a cave, I am in a forest. Who has to fight with you? Nothing. That's what you choose. That is why you have got a full right to live your life. How? Don't ask. You choose. I say, no, I am very happy, but I want to be doing everything for everybody because so many people did so many things for me. Excellent, do it. Happily do it. Don't try to exploit somebody. All that will come later on, okay? So, such a person who thus always happy with himself, at rest with himself, shantim apnoti. And this indeed, read, Esha brahmi sthiti partha nainam prapya vimuyati sthitva syamanta kalepi brahma nirvanam rucchati esha brahmi sthiti partha nainam prapya vimuyati sthitva syamanta kalepi brahma nirvanam rucchati esha brahmi sthiti. So this is that shanti madhigacchati, when the person gains that peace, that happiness, fulfillment within himself, esha brahmi sthiti. This is the brahmi sthiti. Being, this is what it means to be one with Brahman. Brahmi sthiti. Brahmani sthiti. When you are one with yourself, the Brahman, you are happy. And whenever you are happy, unconsciously you return to that state. The difference between wise and ignorant is both are enjoying the same state of happiness. That is their nature. One is aware, other is not aware. Only difference. That is why there is no superiority, inferiority. One is aware. Any moment of happiness, I am aware that I am with myself. The other person doesn't know it, he attributes that happiness to the object or a thought or a person and goes on looking for it. That is why life is a never-ending struggle. Restless totally. See that. And prapya, once a person sees it, enam prapya na bimuyati, no more ever he again gets confused. Na bimuyati. There is no question of forgetting it at any time. You bring that Bhashya book. Put one book here, Bhashya book here. Always let it be here. This can be here side. Very language, what happens? Why? Because the word, if you can see that. Esha Brahmi Sthiti. Brahmani Bhava Yam Sthiti. Brahmani Bhava Yam Sthiti, in which you are one with the Brahman. Prapya, no more, what happens? Vimuyati, na moham prapnoti, no more is deluded. No more deluded. What is that? No more takes himself to be the I am the body, I am the mind, I am the these type of ideas do not happen. Sthitva asyam, sthitva, in this Brahmyam, Yathoktayam Sthitva, whatever the Brahmi Sthiti, abiding in Brahman, Antakalepi, listen carefully, Antakalepi Brahma Nirvana Ruchati. Antakalepi. Suppose you know it even at the old age, last moment of your life, Brahma Nirvana Ruchati, you shall get the liberation. What to talk of, Shankara says very nicely, what to talk of, Brahma Nirvana Rachati, Bayasi api, even if at the old age, you get it, you shall get it. What to talk of? Kim bhaktavyam, brahmacharyat eva sanyasya yavat jivam. The person who begins when he is young, whole through he lives this life, what to talk of him? Of course he remembers always himself. Even the fellow who last moment remembers, that person also Brahma Nirvana Ruchati. What is Nirvanam? Nirgata Vanam. Vanam is Dukkham. So Nirvana. Nirvana has become like a Buddhist word. This is Brahma Nirvana. This is why you can see that. People don't now look at the source. Doesn't matter, the Buddhist, this or that. You understand the truth for yourself. Nirvanam. Nirvanam is Nirgata Vana. Vanam is Dukkham. Vanam, Dukkham. Nirvanam, Nirgata Vanam. From whom all dukkha, sense of limitation is gone. If you hold on to the body, limitation of the body, you drag on to yourself. If you hold on to the mind, limitation of mind, you drag on to yourself. Anything you hold on, you drag that limitation onto yourself. Think. Anything you hold on, listen, the statement. Anything you hold on, you drag the limitation onto yourself. The object imposes it on you, or you drag the imposition, you drag the limitation. If you get drunk, is the liquor responsible? Liquor responsible, no? If you get drunk, liquor responsible. If you are proud, money is responsible. What do people say? Money makes him mad, you know. Hey, money doesn't make him mad. He is mad and he is using the money. But you understand that language we have used. Money makes him mad, youth makes him mad, power makes him mad. No, he is mad and therefore power makes him more mad. It's like the person is dangerous. With a knife in hand, much more dangerous. With a gun in hand, ayyo, dangerous. With nuclear power in hand, oh. Now why everybody is afraid in Taliban can have the nuclear power, nuclear bomb? Why? Because they are already vicious. The person is vicious. Lucky he has no instrument except hands and legs. Now hands and legs he cannot do anything. Now give him a knife, little more vicious. Give me a gun, much more vicious. Put an atom bomb, ayyo. Okay, somebody is very nice, give him an atom bomb, what shall he say? Che, I should not destroy anybody, hide it. Why are you giving me that? Keep it, destroy these atomic powers all. Why? Don't destroy anybody. Or use it for electricity. Give a person, good man, you give a knife, keep it folded. Open now, somebody will cut his hand, keep it folded. Keep it away from children, keep it away from everybody. So if you say, Swamiji, my body is confusing me, oh yeah, power. My thoughts are really disturbing me. Thoughts are disturbing me. Do you understand? Do you change your language, you will be a better person. Just you change your language. This whole language is so stupid. Thought is disturbing me, he is disturbing me, he is disturbing me. What are you talking? Nobody disturbs you. You are a disturbed person. That is why everybody is disturbing you. It's like when you are having fever, even the gentle spring breeze is uncomfortable. And when you are healthy, loo, hot wind, hanging around. Cold wind, doesn't matter. Why? You are so healthy. And when you are touchy, you understand? Sensitive means what? Stupid. So whoever says anything, whoever does anything, boom. Why? Because yourself is wounded, miserable. When you are happy with yourself, you don't even notice what the other person do. You don't even hear what the other person say. If the other person say, dog barking at the moon. And the dog is barking at the moon, does the moon fall from the skies? Why? Oh, this dog is barking at me, I'm disrespected. So, moon, poof, falls. Please see that for yourself again and again. Na bimuyati, enam prapya, na bimuyati. Once he abides in himself, no more there is any confusion. Stitva shyam. Asyam stitva antakalepi, even at the end of the old age also he knows it. Brahma nirvana vrichyati. Last moment. That's why for this knowledge, there is no age. Earlier you know, life is better. Because you have a long holiday, die. Or else you will have a long torture, little relief, die. Choose. If you know from the beginning of your life, long holiday. The life is a long holiday. It's not working holiday. It can be a working holiday if you choose also. It's a long holiday. Amazing leisureliness. Other day I was paraphrasing one, when we were studying in a school, there is a poem, Leisure. What is this life full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. That is the first line. Leisure. What is this life? What is this life full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. That is every man's lamentation. Everybody cries miserable. When you know this truth, you can change that poem. What is this life without care? So much of time, nothing to stare. Because burden is a burden if you carry it. If you don't make it a burden, if you don't make a habit, what is wrong with the smoke? If you don't create a habit, what is wrong with the alcohol? If you are not greedy, you are not obsessed, what is wrong with money? If you are not a glutton, what is wrong with food? Do you understand? This blaming the food, blaming the world, blaming the man, blaming the woman, blaming everything except yourself has become a luxurious pastime of idiots. And other person also doesn't know the truth, doesn't want to know the truth and pass on the buck, telling him also, because he is pampering the fellow. Or if the followers will go, clientele will disappear if you say you are an idiot. So you go on telling them, money, kamini, kanchan, What is that? The gold is bad, the woman is bad, the food is bad. So let us stay together in a protected atmosphere. None of these things, but mutually we can kill each other, right? What nonsense. Do not blame the universe. Nothing creates a habit for you. You create a habit for something. When will it go? That is why your first success comes in life. Your first test of success is you have no habit. You have no habit. Habit means what? No dependence. There is no such thing which you must. Can you get out of it? As an experiment of this knowledge, you can try it out. As an experiment of this knowledge. Something which you like, you give up. Why do they do that? When you go to Kashi, you are supposed to give up something which you like. What do the people give up? Vandaka, ladies' finger, rasgulla, some sweet. Now tell me, see the tradition and see the perversion. What is the expectation? Give up something which you like. Right or wrong? Give up something which you like. Now think for yourself. What is that something which you like? What is something which you like most? Laddu, jalebi, chocolate, money, man, woman, gold, diamond. I love myself. Ahankar. Everybody likes himself. Ahankar. You want to give up that? You want to give up all that? What you like most you give up, no? So what should you give up? Ahankar. What do you give up? Vegetable. Chocolate. It is like people going to go to God and offering also. When they go to God, you are going to give offering to God, no? Think. You are going to give an offering to God? Now, when you want to give something to somebody, find out what he has, what he doesn't have. Simple. You going to a friend's marriage, you ask him, is there anything I can do? Suppose you are very friendly. Hey, what is that I can do? What do you want for your marriage? Why? Because everybody brings a pen set. So after the marriage, 100 pen set. You don't know what to do with it. So is there anything particular, something you want? I'll give it to you. So like that you go to God. You want to go to temple and take a gift for God? Find out from Him what He doesn't have. When you start looking for it, suddenly discover He is everything, He has everything. She is everything, she has everything. Ya Devi sarva bhuteshu sarva rupena samstita. Namastasya, namastasya, namastasya namo. To my mother, my namaskar. Who is in every form, has all forms. She is everything. There is nothing other than her. Ishavasya midam sarvam. God is in and through everything. Man, woman, doesn't matter. What form he has got? All inclusive. Now since she is everything, she has everything. He is everything, he has everything. Now what can I give him? What can I give? Nothing. But that I want to give shows I am an individuality, which does not belong to him. So what should I give it to him? What he doesn't have. What he doesn't have is yourself, your individuality. So what should you give? Surrender, individuality. But what do we give? Chocolate, laddu, flower, gold. I build a gold temple, then you are proud, I built a gold temple. I give you a tube light, then you write down, this tube light was given by another tube light. You understand? Why people, you understand? And if you do that, you will get 100 donors for the temple also. Suppose you say no such thing, nothing. Naturally, what shall you get? You have to cheat people. And this whole world is a complete deception. Just think. What is that you are supposed to give to God? What He doesn't have. That I want to give something, that itself is the individuality which He doesn't have. So if you give yourself, how many times every day should you go and say, Tujko tera arpan? Na kuch mera, oh God, everything is yours. Now everything, how many times you can give? Something, something, something you can give every day. But everything you can give only once. Everything you can give only once. Your individuality, how many times you can give up? Once. Finished. After that, what? Oh, again it comes up. If it comes up, it never went. Don't worry. It comes up, it never went. You imagining. With the moment it comes up also, you know exactly how to handle it. It's a functional eye. Brahmi sthiti prapya. Na vimuyati. Never ever becomes forgetful. Na vimuyati. Na moham gacchati. Sthitvasam antagalepi brahma nirvanam rucchati. It becomes brahma nirvanam. Brahma nirvanam rucchati. He becomes Brahmaiva nirvana. In Brahman the consciousness that is yourself, there is no dukkham, no limitation of any kind. So, Jivan Mukta, living liberated, body falls away, Videha Mukta, totally liberated. Why? Another meaning, Antakala means Sukshma Sarira Bhangakala. Antakala. When the body dies away, not only gross body gets disintegrated into elements, subtle body gets disintegrated. Only one thing is there, Ishvara, Brahma, consciousness, call it anything, is one with himself, Brahma Nirvana. So, beginning with conflict, resolution, and in case you don't have that preparation and understanding, then being a Sthita Prajna, life cycle over. You are dead. Where are you? Ask yourself. Are you at the level of conflict? Resolution? Preparation? Established? Living your life? Wherever you are. But be the source. No choice. Okay? The whole thing is complete. In fact, after second chapter, there should not be anything. After that, what? Everything is dealt with. But taking into account human mind and see the human mind. After such beautiful exposition, Arjuna asks a question. Read that, we shall see. Then he finished. Omiti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Sambade Sankhya Yogo Nama Ditiyodhyaya hai. So this is second chapter, Sankhya Yoga. Total knowledge absolute, about that he gave. Other things were there, references in Bhagavad Gita, which is essence of all Upanishad. This is given out. Okay, with that, then the third chapter begins. Read the third chapter. Arjuna uvache Jayasi chet karmanaste Mata buddhir janardana Tatkim karmani ghore mam Niyojayasi keshava Vyamisreneva vakyena Buddhim mohayasiva me Tadekam vada nischitya Yena sreyo hamapnuyam. We'll see it in the afternoon. It's a totally different text. Begins now. Just see the second chapter complete by itself. The conflict, resolution. Then the person asks, why somebody doesn't get, why somebody gets? Because of the unpreparedness of the mind. If the mind is not prepared, how do I prepare it with right attitude? When shall I know that I have reached the attitude? Yada te moha kalilam buddhirvati tarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam srutavya srutasya sruti vi pratipannate yada sasyati nischala samadhu achala buddhi tada yogam apsyasi. That time you shall know, even though there are so many conflicting statements, you know what is right. No more an information or an idea ever confuses you. This is right, that is right, and there is no such stuff. You know for sure, I am the Self, the Absolute. Ignorance creates a distance. Knowledge shall bring it here. For knowledge, need a means of knowledge. For means of knowledge, Sabda Praman. Words are the means of knowledge. Words reveal. If I don't get it, the mistake is either with me or with the teacher. Because the truth is always there. If the teacher is right, I must prepare myself. If the teacher is goofy, you have no hope, don't worry. That is why such responsibility comes with the teaching. Just anybody cannot be just a person teaching this knowledge. As I told you, it must be a natural overflow. A class should not be some type of constipated idea. Struggling to finish one class, struggling to do something, one idea, another idea. When the class will come to an end? Huh? Revelry, revelry, revelry. Happy with yourself. So the mistake can be the teacher or the student. If the mistake with the student, no problem. Because student is anyway a mistake. Ignorance is always a mistake, no? Everybody begins with that. It's not his choice. Can you condemn yourself for ignorance? Can you say, yeah, I'm very bad, I don't know why I'm ignorant. Hey, you are ignorant. That is how everybody is. That is why no teacher must condemn ignorance. The teacher cannot say, how are you having this conflict? What nonsense. He should have the conflict. If he doesn't have conflict, he is not growing up. So when you see the conflict in people, you don't dismiss them. You are happy. Abba, fellow is waking up. Those are the early hints of waking up. The moment you are getting conflict, you are giving me the hints of your waking up. Because the fellow is sleeping, no movement at all. When the child, then you know, oh, he is waking up. The king is now waking up. The baby was sleeping, nothing. Then oh, now the mommy goes, Appa, baby. Why? Now he's waking up. But he's simply lying down. Let him lie down. Same thing. When people go through conflict, pain, the Shruti, Mother Shruti is very happy. The teacher also, compassionate, very happy. Appa. And the fellow is getting into conflict. Good. So sometimes you create a little more conflict for him. Let the fellow suffer. Doesn't matter. Why? Totally guarded, no? That is with the teacher. Create conflict, little more also. Why? So that the fellow knows what ignorance is all about. Then, okay, all right. To come across, that is why Manushyattvam, Mumukshyattvam, Mahapurusa Sansale, Durlabam Taramevaitat. Daivanugrahayatikam. Three things so rare in life: to be born as a human being, to be aware of one's own limitation, suffering, and then trying to get out of it, and then to come across somebody who can help you to get out. Appa. Each one is a wonder. By chance in somebody's life it has happened. Born as a human being, aware of the limitation, desirous of getting out of it, and somebody is there to help him to get out. Oh, yo. Not learning to live with limitation. Get out of, understand. Not, one thing is learning to live with poverty, but being rich. Learning to live with misery and being happy. There's a huge difference, no? Being happy. The faith means learning to live with misery. God only does it. Be happy. Huh? Being happy is a sin. Is a crime. You should not be happy. How can you be happy? Huh? Learning to live with misery. No. Be happy with yourself. Therefore, if the teacher is goofy, the whole thing is wasted. The teacher is not, now lucky, Krishna knows everything. So this Arjuna now goes through that. Now subject is complete. Second chapter begins. Why? Because Arjuna will ask apparently the stupidest question, but that is how it should be. Because it's not that the Arjuna, All these scriptures understand. If you don't believe in whether Krishna was there, Arjuna is there, don't worry about it. What it means is, your own mind portrayed in million directions, million different ways. Why so many thoughts are given? There are millions of minds, millions of different thoughts. That is why different schools of philosophy. So many thoughts are there. Your mind can question one time or other this one. So all possibilities are taken care. In case, that is why troubleshooting. It's like troubleshooting. When they give that instrument, they write a troubleshooting. I mean, these things, if this happens, this will do. You are very comfortable. When you understand, you are very comfortable with yourself. Suddenly one day doubt comes. Somebody tells something, you read something, it triggers a doubt. By chance it triggers it. That is until the last doubt gone, you must hit it. That's why mumukshu. Mumukshu means what? Avagati paryantam. Jigyasu, jigyasa, that dhatu, gya dhatu, they call it san pratyay. San means abhagati paryantam. Until you know, keep the fire going. Until you are free, keep the fire going. Don't compromise. Every doubt must go. I am the happiness absolute. Okay? So he says, therefore, know the truth. You can't do anything. Now Arjuna asks the question. You tell me, you are telling that for knowledge, for being myself to be free, I don't have to do anything. And the next statement he says, therefore act. What? Now what type of therefore is that? Are you getting that? For your, I say, whatever amount of food you eat is not going to cure your disease. Therefore eat. What type of therefore? Illogical, no? That is how it is. How can you confuse me? What is our confusion? And more of it we shall see in the next class. Close your eyes.